But last minute, she backed off. Funniest thing, right? Last minute, she backed off. She said that she doesn't have it on her calendar. She's not dressed. She's not ready. I'm like, okay, no worries. You're a professional. People want to listen to you. I'm really looking forward to talking to you and learn about how you've grown your podcast. But none of that. She said she doesn't have it on her calendar and she was blaming me. Unbelievable, right? This has never happened to me. And I'm actually shocked and surprised. This came from a person who has a big podcast, supposed to be professional, but apparently that isn't the case. And then she started cursing me. So there you go. Goes to show that a lot of what you see on your screens is not always true. But having said that, I don't have a guest today, so I will not be doing my full podcast, but I will commit to sharing what I came here to talk about briefly. And I want to briefly talk about how to develop good habits when one who was supposed to be here is not here, and I'm going to talk about developing good habits. Yeah, I know, but let's go for it. So here we are, 3 tactics to develop good habits. And these are things that I have actually used myself to develop good habits. So number 1 tactic, which I have always used, it has always worked for me whenever I'm not feeling like, doing stuff and not motivated. So first thing in the morning, I get a task done. That's the number 1 tactic. When you get up in the morning, get something done. It could be something as minor as making your bed, washing the overnight dishes, or, fixing your living room or anything. Get something done which makes you feel good. This has always and always worked for me. So the first tactic is first thing in the morning, get a task done. Second tactic to develop good habits is to connect with people you admire and respect. That's very important. As the saying goes, that you are judged by the company you keep. Same goes for developing habits. When we surround ourselves with people who in our eyes are successful, who in our eyes are at least doing important work in this world, we tend to learn from them, and sooner or later we start mimicking their actions. And that always happens. And you can actually see it in your environment. A lot of people who are unable to do a lot of things that they say they would, go check the kind of people they hang out with or they connect with or the kind of activities they're involved in. You will not be surprised. So number 2 tactic to develop good habits is to connect with people you admire and respect, and sooner or later you learn from them and start mimicking their good habits. The last tactic which I wanted to share to develop good habits is, now, we all talk about working out, having an exercise routine and all of that, but a lot of us are not motivated, right? But what I've seen is that if once a day you do some sort of physical activity, it doesn't have to be going to the gym. It doesn't have to be, watching someone do like a 30-minute fitness video on YouTube. It could be you doing something for 10 minutes. Maybe go for a walk. Maybe climb your stairs a few times a day. That always helps. Or if you like dancing, if you like music, just dance to it. But do something physical for 20 minutes a day. I promise you that you will feel really good. So these are the 3 tactics I wanted to share. Number 1, first thing in the morning, get a task done. Anything, but get something done so that you start feeling that you have done something, and that will lead up to other good things. Number 2, connect with people you admire and respect. That always helps. And lastly, get some physical activity in your routine. If 20 minutes is too much, start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, anything to get that heart pumping. So those are the 3 tactics I wanted to share. Now, lastly, I wanted to quickly share our next podcast. Ashley Kestner, someone that I spoke to a month ago. I was really inspired by what she's doing, and I'm really looking forward to having her on the show and talk to her about a lot of mental health issues, addiction, and blogging tips. So that's what I'm looking for. I apologize that today my guest not only chose to not show up, but also abuse me by saying that it was my fault. But anyways, life happens. You have to learn to move on and look for greener pastures. So have a great day. Thank you for tuning in.